Let's get to Dustin Hopkins. It is time.
Now, listen, the guy's been a little inconsistent in his career, right?
Yes. 1 to 10, though, where are you?
I'd say a 7.5.
I'm an 8.
I'm a 5 until I see otherwise.
Yeah. I just go on his percentage. Isn't he around an 80% make?
84.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm an 8. I'm an 8.4.
He's got no leash whatsoever. Like, he just got here, so you better make your kicks, young man, or you'll be out again. And it's on to the next.
Yeah.
Why not Robbie Gould? Why?
I don't know. I'll poke around on that and see what I can
because
find.
I am absolutely baffled.
The only thing that makes sense is that he's old. I don't know.
They need old.
So what if
old
he's
is
old?
good. You're trying to win.
You want experience.
I'm not arguing. I'm saying if you were looking for a reason, that's the only thing I can think of. It wouldn't stop me. I want the guy.
Maybe he just said, look, we just talked about how
maybe he doesn't want to be on the Browns.
How hard it is to kick here. Maybe he's like, I'm not about to come up here and kick in that blizzard.
The Browns got a ton of cap space. They can afford to pay him whatever.
More
than a typical kicker.
I just think he might have said, I don't want to play there.
I wonder if that's it.
I don't think that's the case, guys.
No?
No.
Then it makes
He's
no
a free
sense.
agent. He wants a job.
Yeah.
Kickers are not Ndamukong Suh. This is a totally different.
Why would they take Dustin Hopkins over Robbie Gould? It doesn't make any sense.
I can't answer that.
He's younger.
For
That's the
life
only
of
thing
me.
that I see. But
I think this is good. And you know what, guys?
I liked him.
Was it last year or 2 years ago that Green Bay was having such a great year, but they were ranked 32nd in special teams?
Yeah.
And the big talk through the NFL was you just can't ignore special teams.
Yeah.
You can't. It's a third of the game, and particularly your kicker. We don't love it, but the way the game is set up, you have to have a good kicker.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, at some point and some time, it's going to become your Achilles.
It will cost you a game.
I mean,
it will cost you a game, and it could cost you a playoff spot.
Yep.
It could cost you a playoff win.
again, I'm fine with Hopkins, but I really would have preferred Gould. Gould's kicked in Chicago, which has got to be one of the tougher places to kick.
Yeah.
And even San Francisco. It's very windy in San Francisco. I don't know how it is specifically in that new stadium.
Not so much.
I don't
Not
either,
as
but
much.
the old one,
No.
Candlestick, was a
Candlestick
nightmare.
was brutal.
That
Yeah.
was a nightmare.
But this is like an hour south of San
Yeah,
Francisco.
Santa Clara or
Yeah.
wherever.
But still,
it
I mean,
is.
he kicked in Chicago. It
here's-
can't be easy there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Robbie didn't tell me that
Yeah.
I'm interested and I would have come to Cleveland. He didn't come out and say that. However, he wouldn't have replied to your message
Good point.
unless he wants to kick again.
Right.
That's a fair point.
And what is he trying to do? Stamp out fake news.
Right.
If he doesn't want it getting out there that he's asking for $10 million when he's probably sitting at home saying, I just want to kick.
Right, and I think I hear what you're saying. I think he caught the 10 million thing
And didn't
is what
even
caught
listen
his
to the
eye.
clip. Yeah.
Didn't even care about anything
Yeah.
else. He just wanted to get out there. Listen, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
But
To
I
your
wasn't even.
point,
I wasn't
he
even
just
saying.
wants back in.
I wasn't even saying that he
I know.
wanted $10 million.
I know.
No,
I was just
I know.
saying, pay him whatever. He's great.
Right.
Have you ever been on the way to a cookout and your wife says, hey, we need to get paper plates? You don't go to Giant Eagle and get the most expensive paper plates. You just go wherever you can find them quick so you can be there on time.
Right.
I think the Browns are like, look, kickers are a dime a dozen. We just
That's
need
the wrong mentality.
We need a league average. If you can kick league average, we'll take you. And if you suck, like Jason says, I'll just know FYI, don't go to that place to get nothing else because I don't like the paper plates. Other than that, they'll bring somebody else in. If you look at what Hopkins has done, 85%, he doesn't really. He's 90% when it comes to his extra points or whatever.
I think
his career.
94%.
He's over 90%.
I don't
look
like
at
that
that.
50% from 50 plus.
No,
No,
that to me was
He
the
has
red flag.
no leg. His leg game is not like that.
Within 50, he's going to make his
But
kick.
But
You
you
know
know
what?
what? They're going to go for it on fourth down anyway.
There it is.
Good.
Yeah, you're right.
Which I like.
You know what, though? Gee, I'm not sure that's the case. I'm going to admit, I don't know this kicker from a hill of beans. He's never stood out to me. I knew the name. He's not a guy that I'm like, oh, yeah, we got to have him.
Yeah.
But to your point on the doesn't have the leg, McNuggets, can you pull up the stats? I looked at these yesterday.
He's 15 for 30 from 50
No,
plus.
no. Kicks into the end zone. I think he had only 2 kicks returned last year out of 16.
Two, like field goal attempts returned?
No.
Kickoff.
Kickoff.
But don't most
give me a
kickers
second, I'll
now
look
at
it
this
up.
point?
Well, hey, no, listen, we've had kickers in the last 3 years that couldn't get it to the goal line.
Well, aren't kickers kicking it short because they want to pin them down
Yes.
inside the
Sometimes
35?
that is a strategy, but a lot of other ones, if you've got the leg, just put
Yeah.
him on the 25. Put him on the 25. Don't roll the dice.
So
that told me that he must have a strong leg on kickoffs.
in the end, Cade York couldn't be the kicker. You could not do that.
I think we all agree.
I guess I feel more confident in Hopkins right now, but I'm still baffled why Robbie
If he
Gould's
clears
not here.
waivers, he'll be back in Berea. Cade York. He'll be in Berea.
Mark
You
Booker,
sure he's going to want to be back?
Hey, can we get a
If they give
graphic
an
that says
I agree with you that they want him.
Jason
If
Lloyd
they give an
reports?
opportunity. No, it's not a report.
I think
That's just
Mary Kay said the same thing.
Oh,
right?
did she?
But
Yeah,
don't
Mary
you
Kay
think,
said.
Jason, that if another team wanted him on the practice squad, he might want to go somewhere else?
possibly, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've heard that Prefer effed him up.
Really?
That's what somebody told me that I trust.
I had not heard that.
That
Well,
Prefer
okay.
effed him up. He put too much in his head, and
Okay.
and he screwed up now.
Wow.
He
Okay,
can't
Bull
go-
got
now,
some
it's
sources.
his
Now
fault
let's
that he
go.
can't move on from that.
I mean, to that point, I hadn't
Yeah.
heard that, but
Yeah.
to that point, Prefer and Daniel Carlson in Minnesota, I was told the same thing. That's what messed up Daniel Carlson in Minnesota.
Oh, multiple
Whoa, whoa,
joints.
whoa.
Like,
Breaking news.
Where was this at? We need this on the table.
By the way,
yeah.
someone made a point yesterday that was at least worth bringing up. I know that you think it's complete hogwash. The holder is a big piece to this whole thing. Someone had mentioned to me yesterday, shocking they didn't even experiment with the new holder. Like,
Because they don't think it's his fault.
they don't think it is,
Yeah.
but when you have statistical evidence that shows it's been a problem for other kickers, roll the dice. You've got a lot invested in this kid. Give him
Yeah.
a chance with another holder.
I
don't think it's his fault either, by the way.
Zastadil has said it's not his fault at all.
And listen, and I tend to agree with
Yeah.
that. The kicker, the holder is a big part of this whole process. It happens at lightning speed, boom, 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 kick. So why not experiment with it?
By
Why
the way,
not bring another kicker into camp and
Jay,
give him
that
some
statistical
competition?
evidence to me is misleading. 3 of those 4 examples were guys in rookie seasons or at the end of their career.
It's okay.
So I
put
think
an
it's
asterisk next
misleading.
to it, but it still is what it is.
I don't think Bajorquez was the problem. I do think it's baffling that everyone wants to use the punter. I don't know it necessarily.
Yeah,
that's
it
the
used
best-
to be the backup
It used to
quarterback.
always be the backup quarterback.
It should be the guy with the best hands on the team, no
Right.
matter the position. But I don't think it was.
I'm
I don't
surprised they
think it was
didn't at least
Bajorquez's issue.
experiment with it.
Well, if they felt that was the problem, I'm sure they would have. But I think they've had
So
enough.
what if new kicker comes in and can't make kicks,
On to the next.
and he
Yep.
can't make kicks?
On to the next.
At what point do you change one of the variables in the experiment?
If you have evidence that he's the issue, they probably would have done that already. I don't think there's any evidence.
You
that
don't
he's
buy
the
the
issue.
statistical. You think it's a statistical anomaly that
I
all
think
of
it's
the
a bit of an
kickers
anomaly
that he held for.
Because again, people, whether it's Zastadil, whether it was Feely, people who know this better than all of us together say, at least here, I don't know what was going on with Bajorquez earlier in his career.
Yeah.
Here in Cleveland,
problem.
that's not the issue. So
Yeah.
Sometimes
I
you-
trust the people who know it better than me.
Sometimes you just be missing kicks.
What's the kickoff touchback ratio?
I mean, he only kicked off 19 times last season.
Yeah.
17 went for touchback. So theoretically speaking, that
that's a-
should mean he has the leg strength to be more
Yeah,
effective
because
from 50
typically
plus.
if the ball's only 1 or 2 yards deep, you'll see guys bring those out.
Yeah.
If the ball is beyond 5 yards deep, they're going to take
Well,
a knee.
they're trying to make it more and more to where the kickoff game is obsolete.
I think where we're going, Jay, is that the offense
Just
starts
start
at
at
the 25-yard line and
they
there is
get
no
rid of it.
kickoff.
The union will fight that, I think,
I'm sure they
because
will.
of the jobs of special teams guys, kick returners. Because I think that vastly alters your roster.
Well, you do
composition.
still need special teams
For
guys.
punt
You still have
returns.
punts, punt
Right.
returns.
Right, but I think it'll change. Maybe I'm wrong, but I
Yeah.
think if you did away with kickoffs, I think
It
it would
would
change how you.
deprioritize special teams
Yeah.
a bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, the league,
They've already done that.
The league
Mm-hmm.
has done a good job of making the game more interesting because at one point in time, extra points were a foregone conclusion. They moved that thing back. Kickers started melting left and right. Games that used to be over.
You mean on the extra point?
Yeah, extra
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
When games used to be over, like you just kick the field goal, we done. Now that is a real play.
What is the league average on extra points? Do we know?
I can tell you, give me 20
I
seconds.
would say it's in the 90s.
Oh,
It is, but
It
it used to be 99. Now it's
Probably
like
95.
91.
Yeah, right.
I'd say 95.
And you got to think
I
about
don't
it
even
too. You like I think it might be.
Well, what is it, a 37-yarder?
Yeah, 38.
Yes.
So, I mean, that is
that
not
ain't
a
no
chippy.
chip
It's
shot.
Not a given.
No.
And one penalty, you're
Yeah,
screwed.
now you're looking at
An
especially if it's
offsides,
a holding
a
penalty.
I think it's
Holding.
32, right? Because it's from the 15, isn't it?
Don't let it be.
Well,
rainy.
yeah, that
So
is it the
15 plus
15?
17 is 32.
Do not let it
I'm
be
not
rainy
sure
or
where the
windy,
ball is snapped from.
or if it's bad weather, that becomes a serious thing. If it's snow on the ground,
Sure.
it's wet, you're like, oh.
And let's face it, every kick in Cleveland is an adventure.
Yeah.
And guys, just
League
so you
average
know,
was 96.4%.
Yeah, that's what I thought it would have been. Just because we have a new kicker now, these kicks are still going to be adventures. There's going to be misses, particularly in home games late in the season.
Oh, yeah.
It's just part of the deal.
Yep.
It's part of the deal.
Hopkins has lost his job twice, once in Washington, once with the Chargers. So he's no sure thing either.
Yep.
Yeah. Man,
It's
the life of
unfortunate that the Browns
life
haven't
of a
found
kicker.
an answer there.
1 year ago today, he hadn't even made the game-winning kick in week 1.
Yep.
And now he's out of work.
Will you guys blame the Browns for going for it on fourth down? Because last year
I never blame them for going. I love when they go for it on
But
fourth
you
down.
know, there's a lot of people that are like, just take the points, just take the points.
I'm not just take the points guy. Jay is just take the points guy.
Well, if I got a good kicker, I am.
You're right.
If I have Justin Tucker, I'll collect threes all day.
I'm a
But-
person now who thinks like, yo, on fourth down, I'm inclined to go for
Look,
it.
if it's at the 40-yard line or out,
Yeah.
I'm going for it.
yeah.
Because how many times have we seen teams punt from the 41, they blast it into the end zone,
Yeah.
and it's a net 21?
Yeah.
Right.
Hell, that might as well be an interception.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that doesn't do you
Right.
any good.
Do you want Deshaun Watson and Nick Chubb having the ball or the kicker?
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with I'm
yeah.
gonna roll with Watson and
That's
Chubb.
right.
So we don't think anything is completely fixed. We all agree, very short leash. Very short leash.
Oh yeah.
And do we all agree that Robbie would be next man up? That would be the guy
He
who would
should have
run
been
the
first.
tournament.
Should've been-
He
yeah.
should have been.
I agree.
He should have had the money in his hand right now.